All right. So do you how do you go about your sleeping business? AKA, do you guys do shifts? Do you feel comfortable in the forest to all sleep at once?
Should we do shifts? Party members? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I guess I can do the first shift in the guard tower that I built. Just in some tree. That's probably where he sleeps too, because he's not going to sleep in that tent. I'm trying to think if we want to do shifts or I'm just a light sleeper. Probably shifts. I don't know. What do you guys think? What does Musashi think?
Shifts. Like no question, Musashi's just like shifts.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's the way of the bodyguard. Like just security, whatever. All
All
that.
right. Who does first shift?
I'll take.
I guess
I'll take
Musashi can do the first shift.
No, I wanted the first shift so I can sleep uninterrupted for the rest of the night.
All right, fine.
Wow. Okay. So y'all bed down, and I guess if you're paying attention, could you roll me perception, dex int? Or sense int spirit.
Either one. Well, I guess it's all sixes, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So, I got 7.
Your first shift goes by uneventful.
I love rolling low enough that I don't notice the trouble.
All right. Yep. You get to see the sun completely set, and it's nice and cool out. Maybe a mosquito or two bites you, but for the most part, pretty chill.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna waddle into the tent and flop down in my customary spot that we don't have a customary spot because we haven't done this yet. But
He's deciding it's customary.
this is my spot,
Uh-huh.
and I'll kick Musashi as I lay down.
Mhm.
It's your turn.
So I'll do a check too.
Yep.
And
Either
dex
you're
int.
sensing, either you're trying to find hidden things or sense nearby living stuff.
I think it's more like being intentful, not like searching with senses, like just within proximity. Like he's not worried about things that are off to the distance. So I'm going to use dex int. Oh, thank God, I got a 9.
So Musashi, like it's night now. You hear the crickets chirping, and
Mhm.
fireflies are starting to show up. And I
My
guess you
God, they
kind
really
of,
made a fire.
and I think you hear rustling in the trees and maybe some chittering, and that's pretty much your night.
Okay. I go back inside, and whoever's up next, I guess, is up next. Maybe I shake the tree that Pico's sleeping in, and be like, it's your turn to stay up.
He drops
Okay.
out.
Toss like a rock or something up there because I can't reach him, or something. I don't know.
So if it's a full shift, can I do both sensing and perception at different times?
Sure.
Okay, because let's see. Sensing is, what did you say, in spirit?
Yep. And it's
Okay.
like basically sensing nearby living creatures.
And can I use my +2 night vision?
Sure. Fine.
Okay. So that one's a 7 for sensing.
So, like Francis, you have a pretty there's like nothing out of the ordinary. It's the same kind of like the forest noises.
Mm.
Maybe there's a raccoon that you see walking around.
So all the fireflies have left, but all the flower flies have come out. And each time they like emit a burst of light, and it's like in the shape of like a
flower.
bloom.
Yeah.
So like every now and
That's
then
cute.
there's just like a bloom in the middle of the air. Okay, now perception. 12.
So as you're looking around and kind of maybe walking around the campsite, and you go out a little further and you're actually looking for something potentially, you notice on the ground a disc of wood that looks like it's been carved, and it's been carved in a way that it's domed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what this is.
And so yeah, it's like kind of carved.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything, but we'll follow up on this. But I'll definitely take it.
I don't know what you're talking about,
Mm.
Brandon.
And then
so,
I
the
go
rest of your
back
night.
and then poke.
Zulfrid, I think, is the last person.
Yeah, I say, hey, sorry to wake you, but you gotta check for bandits, I guess.
Really, as Chris personally, the middle 2 shifts would be the worst.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah,
Yep.
100%.
Okay.
In spirit for sensing, or if you're like trying to find hidden things, Dex int.
Psh. They're the same rolls, so what should I be looking for, guys? What would we rather look out for?
Probably sensing because, physically, we've all kind of walked around and seen things, but in terms of like people or animals sneaking up on us, then that's something that can happen anytime.
11.
For Ulfred's shift, it's the last shift, and the day is starting to break, right? So the sky is getting lighter, and eventually the sun kind of peaks up over the horizon behind you, and the sky starts to turn like lighter colors of orange and pinks and purples. And sensing around the forest, you hear this chittering in the trees and the rustling above you in leaves. And that's the only thing that sticks out to you.
Okay. So it's basically fine.
Yep.
Great.
All right. Day has braked. You wake up. You must roll your condition checks again.
Oh, no. Oh, critical. I got an 8. That's still not enough to boost
Wow.
one of my dice.
14 this time.
Holy
7, a whole 7.
I got a 12.
You and Musashi, like, I guess being outside in the forest is good for you.
It is my element. And also, I'm rolling a D12 and a D6 plus 1, so it's like
That's disgusting.
statistically I should do okay.
Yeah.
Alfred is an indoor dog.
Okay. So this is your last day of traveling before Oscarton. What does your guys' morning routines look like when you're out traveling?
Oh, so lots of preening. Just
Somebody-
a lot of time at that mirror with that soap.
Somebody has to kick Francis awake at the last minute. He's basically curled up in the fetal position with the blankie wrapped up in in him, and yeah, somebody just has to kick him because he'll sleep.
Pico tries to do it, but it's like a little trampoline. You don't really feel anything.
Yeah,
Musashi
Brings
like
back.
walks up, is like kicks him, is like, boy, it's time to
like the whole tent has come up around him. You guys have managed to drag like the mat out from underneath him, and he's still fully asleep. Oh, are we leaving? Okay, thank you. Okay.
Awesome. Okay, so once again, we'll do our travel check for getting going. Again, it's another hot, humid day, and you're still in the woods, so you're looking for a 9.
Ooh, I got a 5.
Oh, no.
9.
I got 20. I got 18 plus 2 to the versus hot, so it's like 20. Heck yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
That's a big number.
That is a big number.
I got an 18.
So poor Pico. So Pico,
Yeah, it means half HP.
half of your HP is halved.
So I go from 10 to 5.
As Musashi has 32 HP, looking at 10 to 5 is like, oh god. How are you standing, poor one?
You guys get up, you start walking, and you're traveling. And Pico, and maybe the others too see this, as you're going through the woods and down the path, you see this squirrel on the ground. And it looks, in my head, like, it looks like a squirrel that's like fainted and swooned on the ground and is just panting, like,
So dramatic.
yes, like super dramatic, panting, and it's just like has his little paw above his forehead and it's like wiping the sweat from his brow. And Pico, you're the one who sees this first.
Yeah.
Do you do anything when you
I
see
mean,
this dramatic squirrel on the ground?
is it just lying out of the shade?
It's lying at the base of like a tree.
Oh, okay. I don't know if Pico would do anything. Like,
So,
Like, okay, there's a hot squirrel there.
You wouldn't try to eat it or anything?
That's a good question. If Pico hunts squirrels as a cat, probably.
It looks so vulnerable too. Like as soon as it like
Okay, yeah, I'll play along. Okay, so Pico's probably sick of these rations. He's gonna get some fresh meat. So I don't know if this gels with what you're thinking about. Pico would shoot it from afar.
Oh, okay.
But do we want to open this can of worms of incorporating our first kill into the game or attempted kill?
Is everybody else comfortable okay with this?
I played Oregon Trail where I've killed hundreds of pixelated squirrels,
Elk
rabbits,
and-
you name
yeah.
it. You know, like
500 meat, and you can only carry back 200.
exactly. Yeah. Like I'm okay with.
So much waste.
I'm good with it. I don't really care.
Yeah, I think Pico would try. Okay,
Okay.
let's have fun with this.
Okay.
Because I know I'm going to lose 5 HP somehow. Let's do it more fun. Pico's going to try and sneak up on it because, shooting arrows is pretty boring. I can hit a squirrel from 500 yards away. That's fine. I'm going to have fun with it. I'm going to go hunt the squirrel like a cat.
Okay.
So I'm going to try and sneak around the tree and then try and jump out from behind it.
Okay. So roll me a sneak.
Okay.
Which is Dex.
That's a 9.
Okay.
That's without bonuses.
You can do it.
Okay.
So this squirrel is like doing this dramatic thing. This is just a Pico scene now. Doing this dramatic scene where it's putting its like little paws and then it sees you with its eyes open and then like swoons even harder and like makes himself more vulnerable looking and he closes his eyes and that's when Pico melts into the shadows of the forest. And it opens its eyes and it doesn't see like where you're at and it starts to get nervous. And then yeah, you are behind it. You have snuck up on it.
Oh man, I really want to experience the magic of Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm a cave hermit who made an oath never to speak to other people again.
And I want to watch a classic fantasy series like Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones, but I can't stand the sight of human faces.
Well, I want to relive the magic of make-believe, the humor of a preschool-aged child, and the genuine camaraderie of nearly 10 years of friendship through only my ears, but I don't know how.
You ignorant fools! You don't even know about Dames and Dragons!
What? But Dames and Dragons? What's that?
Dames and Dragons is a Dungeons and Dragons actual play podcast.
A podcast? So I can experience the spontaneous group storytelling of D&D without breaking my oath of solitude?
That's right.
And I can take part in a rich fantasy storyline without ever having to lay eyes on a disgusting human face?
Never again will the faces plague you.
And it has a cast of 4 female friends who make constant immature jokes as they play?
Absolutely. I would never lead you astray, my friend. Whether you love D&D or just love a good fantasy tale, Dames and Dragons is the podcast for you. Tells the story of 3 unlikely heroes who are chosen to become guardians of the goddess of their world, a floating island by the name of Astra.
By God, that sounds like something I could get into.
Sounds like something I'd love. Sounds like something I'd make.
Well, that's just ridiculous. Dames and Dragons, updated every second Monday wherever podcasts are sold.
What do you do?
Claws out.
So
Time
your
to pounce.
claws out, and as soon as you claws out, it lets out this little like yelp,
Uh-oh.
and then a bunch of squirrels jump down from the tree on top of you. I feel like you knew that was gonna happen.
Something like that, yeah.
And so now all these squirrels are like swarming over you, like 5 or 6 of them, running around your body. Now I'll let you take control of what it is. They're trying to take stuff off of you.
Okay.
Thief squirrels. Ugh.
So I have my super extendo staff. So I've probably been in a situation like this before. I kind of like bend over and stick the staff like kind of anchored against my stomach, and I just extend that staff and I launch myself into the air.
Sure.
It's
And
like
then
all these squirrels on my back, and just like
they're and like some of
off
them are
of
trying to
me.
hold on to your like backpack and like have grabbing, trying to grab stuff. Like maybe there's like one little paw got into like a ration bag and pulled some of the limbus bread out. This crumbs go everywhere. And then I think you, if you're okay with this, like slam into something and lose like 5 HP.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of tree branches around here, so launching myself in the air is probably not smart in the long term. Got me away from the squirrels, but yeah, that hurts.
Oh, and a
that is-
bruised belly.
Yeah.
Imagine
And
that
that-
extendo staff stunt would actually hurt your stomach really bad. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like a focused point of pressure throwing you.
Hurt a lot. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, and that's how Pico loses 5 health. Squirrel ambush.
Can't trust those squirrels.
Mm-mm. And I think, I don't know, you catch back up with the group.
This
And
isn't the
it
first
walked
time
ahead
we've
of you.
encountered, well, as players encountered a squirrel gang ambush. Like, I remember, like, I think Jake encountered like a gang of squirrels and stuff too, and they were doing like the warriors coming out to play.
Yeah, they were. All right, Pico, you can catch back up with the group. And then, yeah, you have to make the mapping check next.
Okay. And now if someone wants to help me, they can. This is an int.
Oh, I
Do
can
that?
help you. I have 4 int. I can help.
Alfred shoves him out of the way. Oh, I got this one.
No. Yeah.
My base is mine is a 7, so this one might not go so well.
17.
Dang, you should have rolled that. So that makes a what's helping? Is it a +1
+1.
or okay? So we're up to an 8.
Oh, you didn't make it.
Ooh.
And we both
Probably-
ate.
Only one other person can support. I think I'm going to cast something here because basically it's you lose your way, move half the normal distance.
Musashi keeps confusing them by insisting that west is to his left,
Always to your
regardless of which direction he's facing.
So distracting.
West is
Maybe-
this way.
Maybe during the squirrel attack, one of their claws had like ripped part of the map,
There
so
you
I couldn't
go.
see.
Because they were
Mhm.
grabbing on a bunch on stuff
Mhm.
on.
So I think what ends up happening is you should be reaching Oscarton at like dinner time, but instead you get there later at night. Like instead of being able to get there and like unpack and like get into town, it's now like
Mhm.
it's rolling real late. So it takes you longer than you should to get to Oscarton, but you have made it. Like as you come out of the woods, it is now nighttime, and you can see the trees have been cleared out in this area, and there is a faint glow that you can see coming from a small town. And as you approach the town, there is a figure standing outside, and they're dressed like in a guard outfit, all leather, not metal, and not really like he doesn't have like a sword. It's just like a short, maybe like a short sword, and like he's holding a torch and kind of like
a
patrolling.
hot dog spear.
Sure. Oh my
It's a little
gosh! Everything in this town hot dog
I
related.
thought I was gonna say that if the guards aren't dressed in like hot dog mascot costumes, I'm gonna be upset. But this is fine.
This is I've told you guys, and for listeners too, this is a town in which I really haven't fleshed out. So if you guys want it to be hot dog people,
No.
okay. All right.
Wait, do you mean
Veto.
like people who are obsessed with hot dogs, or like sentient hot dogs? Because I'm more
I
one
feel
than
like
the
I'm
other.
gonna draw.
Exactly.
I feel like I'm gonna draw a line at sentient hot dogs.
Great.
Yeah, I'll
Love it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to have a scene where Francis eats somebody. Which is
Well,
where
also
that
it's kind
would.
of weird because Francis is pork, and he'd be eating a pork. Okay.
Oh
anyway.
no,
Would be
Francis is
Frank's-
gonna feel very uncomfortable because this is basically this town is based around the exploitation of his people.
Oh man.
Oh, are we okay? Okay.
Which is like the whole thing that he's like, yeah.
Okay, but they're pig farmers.
You're a pig farmer.
It's true.
I guess that's
true.
technically accurate, but not in the spirit of what we were
Yes.
discussing.
What are the
Yes.
people? What would the guards of Pig Farmer Town be wearing? Like, what do you imagine when you see this person?
Wolves.
I was gonna say wolves in overalls.
I'm okay with that. Yeah,
Okay, wolves in overalls.
yeah. Like,
This
With-
is a wolf town. Got it. Oh, poor Francis. So yeah, so this wolf wearing like leather armor and like a tunic and carrying a short sword and a torch notices you all approaching and goes, "Hello! Welcome to Oscarton!"
Oh no. Hi, we're all tired and it's night. So I'm just like barely greeting this guy.
Long day
Fran-
of travels, eh?
Francis is kind of scared of wolf people in a general sense. It's
fair.
So yeah, like he's. I wouldn't go as far as to say he's hiding, but he has definitely shuffled to the back of the group and is watching, perhaps behind the chicken. So he's
That's
just
maybe
watching.
less safe.
He's like peeking around, like not saying anything.
He's bigger than the chicken, but
He is bigger than a chicken, but
yeah,
it's the thought that counts.
yeah,
There's something between you and
yeah.
the wolf. Musashi, you're the appointed leader of the group.
We've had a long day of traveling and require lodging. And good sir, perhaps you can point us to the nearest inn or place where we can lay our heads down to rest.
Well,
We got this.
well, first he was like, "Hello, welcome to Oscarton," and now it's gonna be, "Well, we've got no such place as an inn in these parts."
What accent is this becoming? It's like a combination of the
Yeah.
two.
It's a whole town that just loves playing with accents.
Right.
If you're looking for a place to stay, you're gonna have to ask one of our fine friends and neighbors at the pig farm yonder. Oh, hello there, pig man. I don't know where this is going, and I hate it.
I don't like being called out.
Pigman sounds that's kind of is that
Well,
okay?
that's
to
the thing
say?
I want to
Slur.
say.
Yeah.
I
Before
mean-
I say that, before it becomes true canon, here's a world building question. Pigs that are raised for being eaten obviously are different than pigs who are
Not
upright
by
and walk us.
much. They go feral in like
Well,
one generation.
Here's the way.
In the
I've
real
been-
world, they revert back to feral hogs in like one generation, which to me
Interesting.
says they're not very different.
Okay.
So me as like playing as Musashi, I've been playing this idea of being a dog person as the same rules as the Netflix series BoJack Horseman, in which as writers they're like they had this discussion of like, well, these are animal people, but what about actual animals and food and stuff like that? And they're just like, just toss that out the window. These animal people are animal people, and they're just people with animal characteristics, and then animals that are used for
Okay.
eating whatever is just its own thing. That's
Okay.
just
I
the
think
rule
I
that they
100%
stuck by
agree
to
with that.
avoid weird topics.
It's
They're
like
just-
humans and apes.
It's different for Francis, who is specifically born from hogs.
yeah.
Okay.
Like that was his thing, is that he's supposed to be like
Okay, well then I think it makes sense for
Francis.
Francis to be nervous, but I don't think the wolf is going to see you as food.
I would accept that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he won't even call you out. He'll just like, if you're looking for a place to stay, where is this accent going? I don't know.
It's going down
Um,
under.
It really is. You're going.
It's
full
not bad.
Australia.
Getting better.
Does he have like a guard buddy next to him? He's like, Lewis, just stick to one accent, please.
Lewis, what are you doing? It's not trying us out.
Yeah.
Um,
Lewis, we've been over this 100 times.
It's supposed to be Australian night.
He's like, you'll have to make your way into town and see what's what going on about in the bits and parts of the town square. There's a Ram City roads you can check out. They might have some lodging. I'm just watching Kristen. It's cracking me up. She's hating and loving it at the same time.
Nodding fervently, yes.
Go on down and check out the Rap City roads. So you guys are entering into Oscarton and then checking out the Rap City roads to see what place has lodging. And so next time I will flesh out Oscarton with a little bit of information that you have provided with me, and we will pick up there. So XP.
Oh yeah.
The squirrels
know if
don't
this-
count as monsters. Sorry, Brandon.
Experience points is a foreign object to me. I don't get that many often in other games that I play.
So you guys had the level that you had of terrain was 9, so you get 200 XP. And there was no monster that was defeated this session. The squirrels do not count.
I mean, were there 15 plus squirrels?
No, there was like 6
No.
squirrels.
Oh, dang.
Sorry.
I was hoping to do
Count
that
them all.
Eldrazi thing where 15 squirrel tokens equal in power to like this giant 15/15 creature
Yeah.
in Magic.
Sorry. Wrong game.
Hmm.
And not enough squirrels anyway. Okay, so 200 XP, and we will see what Oscarton's deal is next time. You know what's really hard, but I'm gonna do it anyway? Self-promotion. That's right, I'm gonna talk about Patreon. Geekspective has one, and if you sign up to become a patron, you'll get access to all sorts of cool Geekspective behind-the-scenes action like all of my GM prep for Shapeshift and the Warren of Petal Grove, outtakes, drawings, and more! We even have tiers where you can get some sweet swag or play in a game run by me, Amber. Other than sharing our shows, leaving ratings or reviews, this would be an excellent way to help us out at Geekspective. So if you've been enjoying Geekspective shows and want to help us continue to make more and more cool content, go to patreon.com/Geekspective. Hey everyone, thank you so much for listening. If you've been enjoying Shapeshift, please leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. It really does help the show out. Shapeshift is a part of the Geekspective Network where I host and co-host a lot of other cool shows. You can get information about the Geekspective shows by either following the Geekspective Twitter, that's at Geekspective, or going to the website at geekspective.com. This episode was edited by Rudy Basso. You can find him on Twitter at Rudy Basso. That's RUDYBASSO. Thanks, Rudy.